Hi everyone, a few months has passed since I did my last update, so that it was time to do another one just to show some of the things that I've been working on. My main focus has always been the station area really, and the town scene at the other end, but as you can see not much has changed in this area. It's pretty much as it was. Apart from I've now fixed the signal gantry to the wall. I just think it makes it look a bit more of a permanent fixture, and I've just done a bit of ballasting, as it were, between the tracks and a bit of the scenery along the back. A bit more to do there, adding a bit more layers to the scenery, but it's a start. What I have been doing really is a bit of work behind the scenes, which I'll just show you. So firstly, just a bit of background into the work that I've been doing. So just as a bit of a break, I started to look at what I wanted to do with this countryside section, and with the line that goes through the back scene there, I was thinking about putting a bridge just here. Now I started with the super quick bridge, which I was going to build a retaining wall here with the brick paper that they produce, but I found that the colour of the paper doesn't match the bridge. I emailed them about it and they did acknowledge that there was a problem there, so I wasn't going to do that. But then I noticed Metcalfe had brought out this bridge with matching retaining wall, including this tapered retaining wall. So I plan to use this bridge instead. I'll have the retaining wall along here, and then I'll move this tapered retaining wall along to there. So and that's just before it then goes down over the bridge there. But I've then reused the super quick bridge, which I'll show you now. So this is the super quick bridge kit. And I think it's quite a nice kit. So it's a shame about the retaining wall, so hopefully they'll be able to sort that. But I'm using it obviously here, as you can see, as 2 tunnel entrances, and it looks quite good. But what I was doing down here really was just looking at how I will be able to clean the track, because what I had originally planned was that the tunnel would run from here to the scenic break there, which is obviously quite a long distance, and on the other side, the town scene, I've done a pull-out section, but I wasn't too sure how I would do that here. It can be done obviously, but for what I've got in mind with the hill here, I thought it would be easier not to, and instead I went for just bringing this, just ending the scenery here, and obviously having a bit of a gap there where I can access the track, and that's then allowed me to put in a point down there, and that point means I have a line that will then run through the back scene, which will obviously all be covered with scenery, and round the back, and I'll just show you the main piece of work that I've been doing round there. This is where the line comes through the back scene, and what I've done then is put in a bit of a fiddle yard. So I did previously have a couple of sidings around here just to store some trains, but having a bit of a fiddle yard, which I never planned to, because I wanted to use most of the space for having a station scene and a countryside scene. It's just given me a bit more flexibility when it comes to running the trains, being able to store some, swap them over for either direction really, which was a bit limited previously. All the points around here have been, I've used the side-mounted Pico point motors, which seem to work quite well. I'm not too bothered about how they look, obviously. As it's round here, it's not part of the scenery that I'll be doing. And these are connected to the Lens LS150 accessory decoders. I have had a bit of a problem, which I'll I'll come on to later in this video. So with the fiddle yard being around the back of the back scene to the countryside section, I've just dug out this old laptop and I've connected it to a webcam with a long USB cable, and I can just keep an eye on the trains that are running, but also if I want to swap a train over, I can just park it up and obviously change the points and get another train out, and just keep an eye and make sure they're all running and they've all gone onto the right lines, which is really useful. I also use this laptop for the software that comes with the Prodigy Advance as well, so I can just flick between the two, and that allows me to run the trains from this old laptop. And one other thing I've done as well, which is more for my benefit, is I've just mocked up this little diagram, just done in Excel, but it allows me to just make a note of all the numbers for the accessory decoders that I've got, so just know, just in case over time I begin to forget the numbers for the points. Also on here as well, obviously I've added the signals, so the accessory decoders for the signals are on here too, which is really useful. So I mentioned the problem that I've had with the point motors, the side mounted point motors, and to do with routes. So the Gauge Master, as I'm sure the controllers do, allow you to set routes so that you can control multiple points on one route. Now I use this with the SEEP point motors, where I've got the 2 points joining the two lines together. Obviously there's no point just changing one of those, you'll end in a derailment. So I use these routes already, but I don't know whether it's because I'm trying to do 3 and more points in one, and whether it's because it's across multiple accessory decoders, but I found it a bit unreliable. I found that it was basically overloading the LS150, the lens accessory decoder. It was overloading, so it would automatically shut off that particular switch. So what I've done is I've just decided not to use routes for the point motors round the back, which is fine. It's not a real problem, but I thought I would just mention that. So that's it really. Obviously a lot of work, but not a lot of visible progress. One final thing I want to mention is I've had a couple of failures of the chips in a couple of the locos recently. They've been the Hornby chips, so I realise people will probably say that it's the quality of the chips, but it's a bit disappointing really. I never expected to have to replace these chips. I thought once you had them they would work, but I guess I'll just replace them with one of the lens chips, unless anyone else has got any other ideas. I might just add a few clips of the trains running, the ones that are still going, but that's it for now. Thanks for watching.
it.